Okay, this is just a quick video to show you how to do quadratic regression on your calculator, which is just basically the calculator finding a quadratic model when you input some points. So if you're looking at this, this is example 2 on the 3-7 notes. And so I'm just going to kind of go through the calculator directions. So you've got 3 points given to us here. And so I'm just going to go through the steps. And let me write these down real quick. And I'm just going to make this screen bigger so you can kind of see my hands where I'm at here on the calculator. So, sorry, I'm bumping stuff. What you're going to do is you need the 3 points. You're going to hit this button here that says Stat. It's kind of right next to the lovely arrow keys. So, Stat. And on the menu that it brings up, you're going to edit because we're going to put these points in. So you should just hit enter right after you hit the stat button, and that's to give you the edit menu. So I'm just hitting enter. It's down in the bottom right corner. Okay, now I had some points in here, so you may or may not have this. Just real quick, I'm going to use the arrow keys. You can type over the top, or I'm just going to arrow up. So the L1, that stands for list 1, is highlighted. I'm going to hit the clear button, and then I'm going to hit enter, and that'll take any data out of that first column. Arrow over to list 2, I'm just arrowing up to the top so it's highlighted, hit clear, hit enter, wipes out anything that's in list 2, and we can start fresh. Okay, L1 stands for list 1, and L2 stands for list 2, and what you're going to be doing here, X values of the points are going to go in list 1, and Y values of the points that correspond are going to go in list 2. Now, I'm just going to type these points. So I have my X values are going to go down list 1. So I'm just going to do -2. Make sure you use the negative key, not the subtraction sign. And after you type each coordinate, you go ahead and hit enter. That'll input into the list. So the next X coordinate's a +2. And the last one there is a 6. And again, you have to hit enter after each one. Just going to do the arrow key so I can go ahead and put the Y values in. Make sure you put the corresponding Y value. So -2 goes with -21, 2 goes with 3, and 6 goes with -5. And you have to make sure you hit enter after each. I have 3 points, and so each of them need an X and a Y coordinate. I can't have the lists unbalanced. Okay. After you put those guys in, you're just going to actually hit that stat button again. Now that we have the values in, we're going to calculate. So I'm just going to arrow over to the menu that says Calc. And what we want is a quadratic model for this. And so we're going to go down. Number 5 says Quadratic. That stands for quadratic regression, and what that means is that's the calculator's way to find a quadratic equation that goes through those 3 points. So you can just type number 5, or you can hit your arrow keys and go down to number 5 and then hit enter. And it's going to depend. You might have an 83, you might have a different 84, what screen you should have here. This should say that list 1 is your X's and list 2 is your Y's if this menu pops up. If this menu doesn't pop up, don't worry about it. You're not doing anything on this screen. You're just going to keep hitting enter. So I'm going to hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on my calculator until this shows up. You just keep hitting enter until it shows up. And then on the screen, what you should see is the calculator has told you the A, B, and C values for this quadratic. So on my screen, you can see A is -1, B is 6, and C is -5. If you, I don't sound like a 6. Okay, now here's what you do. If you want to get out of this menu, you can just, or any menu you're in, you don't want to be in, just hit second, the button right next to it, quit. That'll take you back to the main screen. And then my actual equation, we've got y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So if I'm answering this question, I want to go ahead and plug those a, b, and c values in. So this would be -x squared plus 6x minus 5 as the quadratic that goes through those 3 points. And that's how you use your graphing calculator to get a quadratic regression.